national championship on ESPN. We're here in Columbia County, Georgia, as the battle for the Red Banner is up for grabs. As the number 4 seed, the Missouri Valley Vikings are back for the 3rd time in 4 years. They will have to get through the number 2 seed, the Oklahoma Wesleyan University Eagles, who are playing under the spotlight in the finals for the first time in program history. Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Gould. Alongside me is Georgia Gwinnett head coach Steve DeCoux. Steve, it's been a spectacular tournament. We're going to take a look at how these two schools got here. Should be an exciting 90 minutes.
Well, the way this tournament's played out, we're hoping for a match to equal what we've seen thus far.
Of course, Missouri Valley needed to best their rival in Central Methodist to get here. And then, of course, for Oklahoma Wesleyan, a 3-0 victory against Columbia. We're going to take a look at our impact players first for Oklahoma Wesleyan, one of the best in the country, in Stefan Lukic.
Lukic with the assist machine, 26 this year. Looking forward to what he can do tonight.
If Lukic gets one more assist tonight in this matchup, in this national championship, he will break the all-time record set back in 1996. He has 75 in his career. He also scored last match. And then for Vladimir Simic and Missouri Valley, we highlight Kanan Dos Santos.
Crafty little player, causing a lot of fits to teams' back lines. He's going to be a key that Oklahoma Wesleyan has to stop tonight.
3 assists last match. He had the game-tying goal in the quarterfinal in the 88th minute to get them 2 penalty kicks, and then he kicked the game-tying penalty kick with the season on the line, Steve. That's not easy to do.
That's pressure. Freshman handled it quite well.
You see the bow there from Alves. We're going to take a look at your keys to the match. How do these two teams try and hoist the trophy at the end?
Well, for Oklahoma Wesleyan, they've got to use the space. They've got to be disciplined in their play, and they've got to enjoy the moment. For Missouri Valley, you've got to play with pace, with tempo. They've got to expect counters because that's what Oklahoma Wesleyan is very good at, and they've got to play as a family. They've also got to rely on their experience and the fact that they've been here before.
Take a look at the starting lineups today. First for Missouri Valley in the 4-3-3 under Vladimir Simic in his 19th season. We highlight in here number 10, Luka Glucevic.
Glucevic, 3 assists in the last 2 games. Came off the bench against Kaiser to get him that goal to force it to Pens, and then had 2 in the last game. So he's the one that kind of stirs the drink for them in the middle of the park.
And for Oakwu, Jamie Peterson's 3-4-3. We highlight a different Lukic. They are not related, the freshman sensation.
Oh, what a tournament this kid's having. Scored in every game thus far and is quite the threat up front to kind of play off the other Lukic. So looking forward to what Luka can do.
These two teams are family. They have been through it all this year. For 90 minutes, nothing else matters. And all you at home are not going to be able to sit. You'll be pacing back and forth. But tonight is a special moment for these young men. And Steve, we are underway here at Blanchard Woods Park.
Looking forward to it.
There is the man we highlighted in the pregame, and Stefan Lukic, the senior out of Serbia, one of the best players in the country. But we touched upon your keys in the pregame. But is there anything you want to see as this pass is intercepted? Is there anything you want to see from these two schools here early in the first couple minutes?
The defensive discipline, as Oklahoma Wesleyan's trying to move the ball around, is Mo Valley going to open up between the lines? Is Oklahoma Wesleyan going to be able to play through them? Or are they going to keep it tight and compact and frustrate Oklahoma Wesleyan?
So for the number 2 team in the country, they come in at 21-2-1. They play with pace, they play with passion, and Steve, they move the ball so well.
And they've got that discipline in their patterns. They know where everybody's going to be. If you see the movement, it's a bit choreographed, but they're all in sync. And if they can just be patient, even with almost a turnover here, if they can be able to play combined through the lines, then they're going to create chances. They're creating almost 20 chances a game, and so don't think they're going to get that amount tonight, but can they get quality chances?
This is Filip Kavic, the freshman from Serbia. A lot of Serbians on these two squads. Chance here in the middle of the pitch. And our first foul of the match is going to be called. And Steve, this is about 5 yards outside the box.
Dangerous situation. One of the things we didn't really talk about is the set pieces. I mean, who's going to take advantage? These are those free opportunities you get where you can run your own play. You can put your best player on the ball. You know, is it Dos Santos? Is it Glucevic who are on this one? So this could be interesting.
A couple of guys here talking about it. That is Kenan Dos Santos, the sophomore out of Brazil. Does he want to take it with the right foot? His teammate alongside him, of course, the lefty, the senior out of Serbia, Luka Glucevic. It'll be Dos Santos. Rocket shot just over the crossbar. An opportunity early for Missouri Valley, just goes over the goal. So Dos Santos, not even 3 minutes into the match, just a little bit high on that free kick.
And if you're Jamie Peterson and Oklahoma Wesleyan, those are the opportunities you do not want to give away. When a team's been defending like they have, to give away a free kick in that type of situation could be a bit demoralizing, but let's see who can get the nerves calm first and can get settled into this game.
Dos Santos trying to stay with it. Instead, Vitazzoni, the talented keeper in front of goal. Spoke to Jamie Peterson last night, and he was telling me that Alex is one of the most underrated keepers in the country.
Don't know how you can say that, Jamie, when you've got 10 shutouts, when your team's 21-1-2.
Right.
You're in a national final. He's an excellent keeper and has done a great job, especially in this tournament for them in the back.
Opportunity here for Alexander Truich. Truich, who assisted on the goal by Jimenez last match, also scored the game winner and the third goal for Missouri Valley.
Good work out of Stefan Lukic coming back into the midfield to help stop your senior captain.
Dos Santos with the one-on-one. Likes to play to his right. Nice interception that time by players and
I'm really impressed with him and his abilities on both sides of the ball.
So for Missouri Valley, 18-4-1. They beat Central Methodist, their conference rival, to get here. They beat them 4-2. They were the first school since 2015 to score 4 into the back of the net against Central Methodist.
And the way that they did it, you score 3 so early, really put Central Methodist on their heels and pretty much just killed the game off in the first half hour. So, it looks like the nerves are not too bad out of both squads. I mean, we've got a pretty good game thus far, and so impressed with the way that Missouri Valley's been able to turn Oklahoma West over.
Truich plays it back. Glucevic. Truich will play it back to Connor Stewart-Taylor. Glucevic tries to chip it in, but the flag goes up. First offside call. But going back to that point, so the last NAIA school to score 4 against Central Methodist was November 6th of 2015. That was 2,011 days ago.
That's a good run to be on. A lot of programs in the country would love to be able to say something like that. But that's a testament to Coach Simic and his staff and how they keep this group so organized.
So it'll be a throw in here for Oak-Woo. But that was also after Missouri Valley had lost both matchups against Central Methodist. So I don't think a lot of people besides the squad in purple and orange saw that happening.
From the outside, no, but I think if you talk to Coach Simic, he felt that those were tight games and it could have gone either direction. And like they say, it's hard to beat somebody 3 times in a year. So that's just congratulations to Mo Valley and what they did on the day. I mean, that's to score 4 past the defending champion, the team who played the way that they had. Great result. Now let's just
This is Luka Lukic. He's going to play it back to Ferreira. Ferreira over here to the near side. That one kicked well out of play. That was Edgar Risi Osuna, the sophomore out of Spain, who gets the start tonight. He actually came off of the bench. Jamie Peterson was talking to us, and he likes to switch his formation around based on the opponent he's playing.
Exactly. Jamie's excellent at his tactics and trying to exploit the weaknesses of the opponent. And so obviously he sees something in Osuna that he feels that they can really take advantage of against Missouri Valley.
They went 4-3-3 in the semifinal match against Columbia. They go 3-4-3 here tonight against Missouri Valley.
And at times in that type of formation, a 3-4-3 is you can counterattack very well out of that. So, where you talked about the keys with the counters, and obviously they feel that if they can win it and quickly break, they're going to be able to have great opportunities tonight.
Eight minutes into this match, both teams feeling each other out. Here's Stefan Lukic here on the near side. Goes to his left. He is inside the 18. Now crosses over the right. Rocket. It is deflected. Still in. It is just past the goal. And we will get our first corner of the match. A really nice opportunity there for Oak Woo.
Great opportunity by Stefan. The way he's able to just turn and get that shot fired off. And the deflection, almost fell. So great first opportunity for them. Now a corner kick. Now another great opportunity for Oklahoma Wesleyan here.
This is Ognjen Stefic, the junior out of Beograd, Serbia. Going to take it with the left foot. This one's inside the 18. Still inside the 18 is Mo Valley trying to get it out of there. Then punched back in, and it's stopped by the talented keeper. We talked about Vidazzoni. We have to talk about the sophomore out of Belgrade, Serbia, and Dusan Milosevic.
Milosevic, you saved two penalty kicks to advance. You've done a great job, but his shot stopping has been excellent. His distribution has been great this tournament, and he stepped up big when they've needed him to.
He made 4 crucial saves against CMU on Saturday in the semifinal. This is at the feet of Kazuki Hashimoto, the freshman out of Japan. Now crossed into the box. Opportunity here for Missouri Valley. But a nice job that time to play it off the chest was Osuna.
Oh, just inches off Truich's head. That could have been the first goal. But they're finding a little bit of success on the wings, getting those crosses put in. So maybe that's something that Coach Simic has targeted tonight to take advantage of Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Obviously, you're a head coach. I want you to talk about what your message would be to the team getting off of the bus, coming in to a national championship setting.
I actually talked with Coach Peterson about that right before the game. I said, so what'd you tell him? And a lot of what I would say, you've worked your life for this moment. Go enjoy it and have fun. Play the game, not the moment, because that was one of the quotes he had actually stolen from Alex Ferguson, and it was, you can't make it the game bigger than it is. There's already enough pressure there, and if you go out and make it more than it is, then that's where the nerves come in, and that's where you make a mistake.
Nice slide tackle that time by Stefic as he was working on Alexander Truich, the junior out of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's going to be a throw in here on the far side at the feet of Jimenez. He's inside the box, right foot shot, and it is saved by Vidazzoni. Vidazzoni, who made 5 saves in the semifinal against Columbia. And the word that both Jamie Peterson and I agreed on the phone last night was he was very decisive.
Yes. Oh, exceptionally. I mean, he was had his backline organized, made the right decisions, when to come out, when to punch, when to collect, made unbelievable saves on the day. So
Dos Santos went down. The foul's going to go against Kavic. So another free kick opportunity here. This one not quite in shot range.
No, not quite in shot range, but in a great range to get a ball played into the back post. If this is your first time watching Dos Santos, you're in for a treat. This guy, he creates opportunities. He's going to create fouls like that for Missouri Valley.
Luka Glucevic playing in his third national title match. Trying to assist one here inside the 18. Left foot, that curves right to Vitazzoni, and he corrals it.
Well, maybe Glucevic thought he was in shooting range.
Right. Well, listen, you can see it's a beautiful night here in Columbia County, Georgia. About 75 degrees. It's been perfect since that first third round matchup on Tuesday night when we had some thunderstorms, but it's been great since.
Oh, this could be probably the warmest NAIA men's soccer final ever, and may never get broken when you're talking about typically the game's played the first Saturday in December. Here we are May 10th, so definitely some records will be made tonight because we may never play again in May.
We hope not, right?
We hope not. No, exactly, exactly.
I think there's some good hope on the horizon. But that leads us into, it has been a tough year, right? And I think a lot of people weren't sure if we would get to this moment. There were people who just weren't sure. And you have to tip your cap to the NAIA, all the student athletes and all the coaches for getting here, for getting to this national championship.
Exactly. I mean, in my program, just as a personal example, is 444 days between games. And so just the opportunity to play, we were just grateful to not be stuck in a house somewhere. So, yeah, like you said, hats off to everyone involved, from Jim Carr, the president of the NAIA, all the way down to every athlete, coach, and administrator across the country.
Throw in here on the near side for Cavic. See if he wants to elect to try and throw it inside the box. Really doesn't have anyone short here. So this is going inside the 18. It's off the head of Lukic. Still pinged around inside the 18. Left foot opportunity. And that one wide of the goal.
But if there's a team that is accustomed to long throw-ins and how to deal with set pieces, it's going to be Missouri Valley. You know, they beat Central Methodist, who've been the masters of that the last couple years, so they deal with it in conference all the time. And so great defensive work there by the Vikings.
Still pinged around inside the 18. Left foot up. So that was Ferreira with that left-footed shot. Mentioned earlier, Jamie Peterson says one of the best two-way players, so good offensively in the attacking side of things and in his own attacking third, but he's also so good on the defensive end.
Oh, he is. He's got an engine. I mean, he covered almost every blade of grass in that semifinal. So what a performance out of him.
Dos Santos going to change sides of the pitch here. Nice stop that time by Amadou Gadillo, defensive midfielder for Oakwood. But that's something else in talking with head coach Jamie Peterson. He said, we've always had that relentless attack, right? They have led or had been top 2 or 3 in the NAIA in goals scored every single year for the past 5-6 years. But he said, this year's a little bit different. He said, we shored up the back line a little bit more.
Well, what's the old saying? Defense wins championships. Offense will win you games. And, you know, Jamie and his guys have gotten pretty far in the tournament, but this is the most complete team I've seen out of them. And he's exactly right. The back three have been exceptional. And then the Gadeo, Ferreira, those two are really just brought more of a defensive solidity to the group.
That was Ruben Jimenez. He tried to find Alexa Kobanovic, but they could not connect. It'll be a goal kick here for Vitazzoni. Jimenez, who scored the second goal in the 14th minute on Saturday against Central Methodist. I mean, it really was shocking, though, Steve, just seeing that match play out, because in the blink of an eye, 14 minutes in, CMU was down 2-0. Missouri Valley was on top.
No one expected that to happen, and so great setup, great attack, great game plan by the Vikings on that day. And if you're going to beat the champ, that's how you got to do it. They definitely gave the great blueprint of what needed to be done.
Ozuna hit his own teammate in Cavic that time. As Glucevic goes down, it'll be a foul on number 15. Referees tonight, got to get to them. Done a pretty good job this whole tournament in it. Nikola Alexic, he is the head official tonight. Joshua Brooks and Shane Richards are on the sideline. Dos Santos plays it over to Glucevic. Left foot, tries to find a teammate. Okwu trying to clear it. But there was a whistle. Foul called on Missouri Valley. So for Okwu in this tournament, they have 3 shutouts in 4 matches. You alluded to it earlier. 10th shutout of the season in the semifinal against the number 3 team in the country. They won that one 3-0 to reach their first ever national championship here tonight.
It goes back to what we talked about. Defensively, they've improved. It's 11-1 in the goals that they've scored. They, shut out a very good Columbia team. They've been just much more solid at the back, yet you still have that potent attack up front. So that's the recipe to win a championship. And so
entering the game for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
That's why I've been excited about this game for the last 24 hours.
We're going to see our first sub check in. That is Victor Crispim, the sophomore out of Brazil. He's going to check in for Filip Kavic. So that's a bit of the difference here. Crispim, who started when they had the 4-3-3 formation, but in the 3-4-3, he comes off the bench tonight. As it looks like Luka Lukic over on the far side of the pitch. He is down over there, so the trainer's going to go check on him. Such a valuable player. Can't afford to lose him in a match like this.
And that is one of the problems as a coach is you're looking at 3 games in 6 days, that you do start to see some of those minor injuries and things of that nature. So you hope it's nothing major, and you hope that Luke is able to, get looked at and be back on the field.
The freshman sensation who joined the team this spring, he has scored in all 4 tournament matches. Think about that. I mean, as a freshman, a lot of these guys get deer in the headlights, right, when they come onto the pitch, let alone joining the team this spring, not number 11.
Well, then you've got to hats off to Coach Peterson and his staff to bring in a player of that quality, because you're right. Most of the times freshmen, they don't know if the ball's pumped or stuffed. They're just clueless, and so he's done an unbelievable job.
When I first talked to Jamie Peterson before this tournament started, I asked him, I said, did you bring in Stefan's younger brother? He said, nope, not related. He said
related.
Both really good players, but there was no relation there. Just brothers out on the pitch, but not blood related.
We talked about Coach Peterson and his tactical acumen, but it looks like now that they've gone into a 4-3-3. Looks like they've gone to a back 4 to try to counter what Missouri Valley's been able to do at the front of the team.
Glucevic tried to find Dos Santos that time, but yet again, who is it? It's the decisive keeper in Vitazzoni to make the stop. Jimenez crossed right foot off the head of a teammate. Okwu just trying to get rid of it. Finds the feet of Kobanovic. There he is again in the middle of the pitch, and now it's a counterattack opportunity here. 3-on-3 as Missouri Valley tries to get back, and they do nicely.
Great recovery by Kobanovic.
Kobanovic, the freshman who's playing in his first ever national championship match. And Stefan Lukic trying to put the moves on a couple of the back line members of MVC.
And if you notice, Stefan Lukic has moved from the right wing into the attacking center mid role, or that number 10 role in behind the center forward. So it looks like Coach Peterson wants to get him on the ball and be able to dictate the game a little bit better.
Milosevic saves it over there. All right, we are 20 minutes in to the national championship. I think the nerves have settled in a little bit here.
Yeah, I think we have. You haven't seen any blatant or fatal errors out of either group yet, and so it's kind of that feeling out process. We just talked about Jamie Peterson making changes for Oklahoma Wesleyan to offset things. Coach Simic is pretty much going to stick with what he does. He's not going to change a whole lot, and he's got confidence in what his guys are able to do. So this is now where the chess match comes into play. How do we move a guy around here? What can we do to affect a change? And it looks like, going from that 3-4-3 to a 4-3-3 for the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan.
This may hit us over here. It just missed us. As Milosevic got rid of it that time. Felt the pressure. So a throw in here on the near side. As you can see, Luka Lukic back out on the pitch. At this point, all these guys, they're warriors, right? It's going to take a lot to have to take them out of a national title match.
Oh, exactly. Normally we'd say you have a year to get ready until the next season. I mean, this year it's 2 months, but You're not coming out of a final.
Osuna finds Stefan Lukic. Nice back heel to Luka Lukic. Right foot cross off of more Lorenz. Nice job by Hashimoto to clear for now. And here's an injury as the whistle is blown. That is Amadou Gadillo.
Glucevic caught Dio on the ankle a little bit, but now gives Oklahoma Wesleyan a dangerous opportunity from about 30, 35 yards out.
So we saw a free kick from Missouri Valley about 10 minutes ago or so, about 5 yards out of the box. This one 15 or so, like you just mentioned. But if there's anyone in the country you want in this situation here, might be number 10 for Oak Woo. Stefan Lukic going to take one here. Left foot on target, and it's saved that time by Milosevic.
Stefan had that was that long run up. He had no intentions of passing that ball. That was a shot. Probably his first thought was, I'm going to test this keeper and see what he's got. So now we've got corner kick number 2, and let's see what the Eagles have in store here.
Ogden Steffic going to take it again. One of their free kick specialists, especially with that left foot of his. Low liner into the box. Still inside the 18, finds the feet of Luka Lukic. He's trying to dance on Jimenez right here. Dispossessed nicely, but it did go out of touch, so it's a throw in for Oak Woo. But even some of these attacking guys, forwards, attacking midfielders for Vladimir Simic, so good defensively.
Well, you get this deep in the season, you can't be a one-dimensional player. They have to be able to work both sides of the ball. And like you said, yeah, they're as good defensively as they are in the attack.
Dos Santos, who has blazing speed. He has a one-on-one opportunity here. He's now inside the 18, crosses over to his right, shot taken. Save by Vitazzoni.
Dangerous.
Yet again, Alex Vitazzoni. And that's one of those, Steve, I understand. It's right at him, but any save you make in a national championship is a nice save.
Not only is it right at him, though, but it's also coming out. He's kind of blindside where he can't really see it until it clears Bellows' body. And then you've got to be able to, if it's anywhere else, it's got a chance of going in.
Opportunity here again. Glucevic tried to find Truich. But Vitazzoni being decisive.
Reading the game very well, coming off his line quickly to snuff out that opportunity.
So both teams with some good opportunities here early. 25 minutes in to the national championship. here in Columbia County, Georgia. Again, Alex Gould, Steve DeCou, a terrific crew. Been working so hard this whole tournament to make sure whether you're here in the States or across the seas that you can take in this action.
Can we stretch White? Can we stretch it, White? Paul, Luca, look to stretch it.
So for Oak Woo, in their last match against Columbia, 8 shots, 4 on target, 3 into the back of the net. That is efficiency.
I was just about to say the same thing. Very efficient. Not quite the statistical output that they've had, but when you're that efficient, you don't need to have 20 shots.
Jamie Peterson, he was telling us, they're in the national championship here, folks. He still says they haven't played their best match yet here in the tournament.
Well, as a coach, you're never satisfied. I mean, you're looking for that perfect game, and you're never going to get perfection. But if you just miss out on perfection, it's excellence. And so there, you'll be happy. And I'm sure even if they don't play their best game and win today, he's not going to complain. And Coach Simmons should say the same thing. So.
Absolutely. Both coaches were talking to us saying we just want the W at the end of the day. We want to play well enough to win this heavyweight title fight. So Kovbonovich right here, right around the NAIA logo, around mid-pitch. Jimenez, so cheeky, plays it out wide to Hashimoto. Hashimoto with some space. Finds Truich. But that pass, as Hashimoto tried to play it back to Jimenez, it was intercepted nicely.
And I think for Mo Valley to have a little more success, I think Hashimoto, he was excellent in the game against Kaiser. He was given more freedom to go up and down. In the semifinal against Central Methodist, you're putting in more of a defensive shift, and you've really got to deal with all their set pieces. If he can get up and down the wing more and get some crosses in and make that the defenders for Oklahoma Wesleyan have to work, like Lukic, that can cause a lot of problems.
Luka Lukic, Mateus Ferreira, left foot, tried to find Crispim. It was deflected, and it'll be another corner, the third of the match for Oak Woo over on that far side. Stefich will take it again. This time on the far side. "17 minutes to go here in the first half of the national championship. Oak Woo looking to strike. Finds the head of a teammate. Right foot deflected by Hashimoto. I believe a foul was called inside the box. So yet again, both teams trading punches, but withstanding those punches.
It is. If you want to use that boxing analogy, this is going to be the body blows, and we'll see if the head will fall. But both teams are creating chances. It's a pretty even game, I'd say, to this point, and so that's how finals should be. That's how it should be. This has been good so far, and who's going to be the guy that's going to step up and take their team to a championship?
So that's a really cool little nugget up there. Jordy Madrigal, he's working the graphics today, doing a good job. He puts up that nugget. So Missouri Valley, they're looking for their first win against Oak Woo since October 15th of 2013. In the last 6 matchups, Oak Woo is 5-0-1.
For Missouri Valley, number 17, Cuatlo Alves.
That is a great stat. But the Vikings did knock off the arch nemesis in the last game. So, hey, if we've done it once, let's do it again.
And also, both coaches, all the players have talked about regular season, it doesn't matter anymore. As Truich with the left foot finds Glucevic. Glucevic tried to find Dos Santos in there. Excuse me, that was Alves. That was inside the box.
Well, then how many of those guys played in the first game in 2013? So for some of those guys, that's just ancient history.
Absolutely. But Oak Woo, they've outscored Missouri Valley 13-4 in the last 6 matchups. Again, they have played in every single season since 2013. This was the first year they didn't play a non-conference matchup in the regular season. But go figure, they get a chance in the title fight. As Glucevic, no call. Found the left foot of Alves. Left foot shot deflected. And this is dangerous here for Missouri Valley. Chance at a counterattack. It's Luka Lukic. So smooth. Finds Ferreira. Ferreira plays it out wide. This is Crispim. Crispim has a little bit of a one-on-one here between him and Hashimoto. Right foot was deflected, and Missouri Valley stands now.
And in those last couple sequences, the game's starting to get stretched. If you're Missouri Valley, is that the kind of game you want to play? If you're Oklahoma Wesleyan, yes. You want to have more space, more time. But if you're Missouri Valley, got to make sure that we're fighting back to get ourselves organized defensively just to close the spaces for Missouri Valley to be able to play into.
Oklahoma Wesleyan beat Missouri Valley in the regular season in 2019, 1-0 in extra time. Then 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago, but 2 seasons ago, Oklahoma Wesleyan beat Missouri Valley 4-1. Missouri Valley, they took a lot. Vladimir Simic, they took a lot from that matchup. They said, hey, we got a long way to go if we want to get to a national championship. And what did they do? They got to the national championship that year. And you can speak on it from a head coach's standpoint. You don't want to lose. You want to go undefeated, of course, and win a national championship, but so hard to do. You learn a lot from those losses, right?
You do. You do. You learn more from your losses than you do from your victories, obviously. And sometimes you need those as a wake-up call. Because when you're winning, everybody believes we have really nothing to work on. You get beat 4-1 in a game like that to a team of the quality of Oklahoma Wesleyan, you know we're not where we need to be, and everybody pays attention a little better, everybody works a little harder, everybody does what they're supposed to. And so most of the good programs have had that point where they've had that one loss that has helped them propel onto greater things.
Connor Stewart-Taylor throws it in, the junior out of Horton, England. Been getting some valuable minutes. He's been starting the last couple of matches. We didn't see Mike Moser last match, a key piece for Vladimir Simic. We have not seen Tom Preston today in this matchup, and he may not play today. As Dos Santos finds Truich. Truich is inside the 18. Was that deflected? It was not. It's going to go as a goal kick. This was one of the best opportunities of the night so far for Missouri Valley.
Yeah, very good chance, but great recovery by Bertini to be able to force him a little bit wide on that shot.
Afeu Bertini, the junior out of Brazil. He scored against Lincoln College in the opening round, but he also plays stellar defense for Jamie Peterson. Glucevic tries to find Dos Santos. Nice slide tackle. Finds the left foot of Hashimoto. Left foot try. It just missed wide over on that far side of the goal.
If you notice, Hashimoto's starting to get into the middle of the park a little bit more and overload and causing Oklahoma Wesleyan a little bit of a problem. So let's see how they deal with that. Because we look at that shot, he's causing trouble in there.
Over all of them. Let's go. Paulinho, be aware.
A freshman. He was not a part of the last 2 championship runs to get to the national championship in 2017 and 2018. But I'm telling you, a lot of these guys, watching them in this tournament, they just don't play like freshmen.
No, No, Hashimoto is definitely not playing like a freshman, but obviously they've got coming in and they've understood the culture of what Missouri Valley is about, and they've, hopefully for them can take it to the next level.
Hashimoto, one of 2 young men from Japan in this final sight. It was cool looking at all the places. I mean, it really is an international tournament, right? It's so cool to look at all the places that these guys at the final side have come from. You had 7 countries represented in North America, 16 states, 7 in South America, 22 in Europe, as Dos Santos keeps it in. Connor Stewart-Taylor now, left foot, but it's intercepted nicely by Gadillo. He's just trying to get it out of there. Finds the feet of Glucevic. A counter opportunity, but a great tackle that time by Gianmarco Donini. Gianmarco Donini, this is his 2nd national championship match that he's appeared in. As we're going to get a foul here, and it's going to be a free kick about 10 yards outside the box.
Great work by, I think that's 17, Paulo Alves, to be able to get on the ball and force a foul from against Oklahoma Wesleyan in another dangerous situation.
So Gadillo was just trying to get it out of there. Instead, bumped Alves. And now Glucevic, so lethal from this spot. With 8 and change left here in the first half. Number 10 playing in his 3rd national title. Trying to give Missouri Valley a 1-0 advantage. Instead, going to try and play it to a teammate. And a foul was called against Missouri Valley. So yet again, Oklahoma Wesleyan withstands the pressure.
Stretch it.
I want to get to a sub that had checked in a couple minutes ago. It was Miroslav Markovic who checked in for Missouri Valley, the sophomore out of Serbia. He came off the bench last match, right when he checked in. 60 seconds later, he scored the first goal of the match against Central Methodist. And he wanted one there, but the flag went up. He was offside.
A little something about that. I was sitting down at the scorer's table helping the tournament committee. His shoes weren't even tied. He walked off the field when they subbed him off and then was tying his shoes. Because of the injury he jumped on, really wasn't even prepared, but if there's a way to introduce yourself to the game, that was it.
Markovic also, he had the 2nd PK for them in the thrilling victory over Kaiser. I mean, I'm serious. It looked like Missouri Valley's run was going to come to an end in the quarterfinal for the 2nd straight year. Last year lost to Lindsey Wilson. But an 88th minute goal by Dos Santos, and then no one scored in the 20 minutes of extra time. And then Missouri Valley won on penalty kicks 4-3. As Alves has it here. Just outside the box, now into the box. Finds the right foot of a teammate, back to 17, back hill. Finds Dos Santos. Nice give and go. Dos Santos left foot. Slide tackle. Is this in the back of the net? It is the first of the match for who else but number 8 in Dos Santos. Missouri Valley leads it 1-0.
Missouri Valley College goal scored by number 8, Caden Dos Santos.
Steve, we highlighted him in the pregame for a reason. He is just so tough to stop.
And that's why we did it, because you can see in this highlight, a little give and go, deflection, never gives up on the ball, and then squares it. It just sneaks in. So thank you, Mateus, for helping us look like Nostradamus up here with highlighting you, but what a play on his part.
For number 8, that is his 17th goal of the season. He was top 10 in the country coming into tonight. He was top 11 in points. He now has 41 on the season. And Missouri Valley, a big strike from number 8 with just 6 minutes to go here in the first half, Steve. Sometimes you just need to see one go in the back of the net.
You should. And first off, I should probably apologize because I got the wrong number 8. I said Mateus, but it is Kenan Dos Santos. So what a goal, though. And now how is Oklahoma Wesleyan going to respond?
Dos Santos plays it back to Glucevic. Glucevic left foot, now left foot strike. It's deflected. After that first one, now Hashimoto going to cross it into the box. That went off of Ferreira. Vladimir Simic told us, he said, we're going to put the pressure on a team who is used to putting the pressure on others. And Kenan Dos Santos with number 17. They lead it 1-0. As there's a foul here on the far side, it'll be a free kick for Oak Woo.
And that's what you want out of your group. You want to be able to come out and just play your game and impose your will upon them. And it doesn't hurt when you've got, a kid the ability of Kenan Dos Santos that's helping lead the line for you.
Stefic will take it. Into the box, off the head, and another save by Milosevic.
Good opportunity by Bertini, but just didn't have enough on it to get past Milosevic.
The center back, 6'1" junior out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, Alfeu Bertini. Got it off the head, but like a cat-like reflexes by Milosevic. He saves another one.
I'm sure he'd love to hear you call him with those cat-like reflexes.
This was the first goal. Really cool angle there. So you can see Dos Santos just relentless. He just doesn't give up.
No, and from a tight angle such as that, great goal by the young man.
Luka Glucevic. Third national title for him. Plays it into the box. They want number 2. The save for Vitazzoni. That was almost identical as to what we just saw here on the other end of the pitch.
It was. Got to take the most of those opportunities, though, because those are going to probably be some of your best chances tonight is to score off a set piece.
This is the first time that Oklahoma Wesleyan has trailed in this tournament. That is only the second goal they've allowed. They'd outscored opponents 11-1, as we mentioned earlier. Here's the goal scorer, and Dos Santos. Still has it. Now Glucevic. He'll play it out wide. Connor Stewart-Taylor left foot. Into the box, off the head, and a save by Vitazzoni.
Great placement by Vitazzoni. Easy collection for him, but another good opportunity for the Vikings.
That was Alves. Found his head. But Vitazzoni, right now Oak Woo just trying to keep it at 1-0. But maybe, can they put one into the back of the net here for the equalizer? Stefan Lukic plays it out wide. Now into the box. Left foot. Hashimoto's there.
If you're Oklahoma Wesleyan, just let's get to halftime 1-0. Give ourselves a chance to regroup and get ready for that second half. But if you're Mo Valley, get that second and really apply the pressure to them.
Missouri Valley, they're not scared of anyone. Doesn't matter if you have a number 1 next to your name in the seeding purposes, number 2. They just continue to put the pressure on every team's back line.
But that's just because of the conference that they play in. I mean, the Heart of America right now is the premier NAIA soccer conference. And so almost every game for them, they're playing someone who is nationally ranked, who is close to the same caliber, if not equal to Oklahoma Wesleyan. And for these kids, they're battle tested. They know what it's like. They do this every day in conference. And so, they'll be ready for this opportunity. For Oklahoma Wesleyan, that's why Coach Peterson plays such a strong out-of-conference schedule for moments like this.
Glucevic chips one. Alves inside the box. Plays it to his left foot, but dispossessed. We were talking about it, but right now, I think if you're Jamie Peterson and company, you're okay trailing 1-0 to regroup at halftime. So Jamie Peterson, you were talking about this before the game, one of the best in-match adjustment coaches in the country.
Exactly, and so he and his staff, they're already formulating the plan, what they need to do for the second half. So that's going to be one of the interesting points, is what are they going to do to counter the Vikings.
So the clock is stopped at exactly 10.1 here. It'll be really tough for Oakwood to score as this one gets deflected. And this is going to take us to halftime here at Blanchard Woods Park in the national championship. Steve, that was a good 45 minutes.
It was a great 45. And probably what I like most is Dos Santos' goal. He created something out of nothing. You don't want to have an opportunity where somebody makes a massive mistake that gifts a goal. That was a moment of brilliance on his part. Now let's see what both teams do and come out in the second half.
Dos Santos with his 17th goal of the season. That is the difference right now here at the half at Blanchard Woods Park. Missouri Valley leads at 1-0. They are 45 minutes away from a championship. What adjustments can Jamie Peterson and Oakwood make? Back here at the half, the number 4 seed, Missouri Valley Vikings, playing in their 3rd national championship in the last 4 years. They lead 1-0. Steve, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights here of the first half. This was an opportunity here early, and yet again, cat-like reflexes from Dusan Milicevic. He's been phenomenal in front of goal.
And if you're Stefan Lukic, you're looking at that going, I should have done better.
This was the other Lukic, Luka Lukic, found Ferreira, left foot opportunity, tried to find Crispim. That forced another corner. 1 of 4 for Oklahoma Wesleyan in the first half. But really, when we take a look at some of these numbers here, as Dos Santos so cheeky, found Truwich, that was an opportunity. But taking a look at some of these numbers here, Steve, 13 shots is what we're seeing here for Missouri Valley. That is amazing. On pace for 26.
And that's what, if I'm Coach Peterson, we have got to get a little bit tighter in the and not give away those opportunities like we have been.
For Oklahoma Wesleyan, only 6. As Dos Santos, this was the goal. That was the difference, just keeping the play alive.
Keeping the play alive, showing his class, just that nose for goal from such a tight angle to be able to put that away. That's a great goal that the young man scored.
This was a different angle from it. Really good one here. It was deflected and he just stayed with it. His 17th goal of the season.
And just that will to not get beat, to get on the end of it before the defender did.
That was an opportunity late, but yet again, number 1 in front of goal, Milicevic. And then on the other end, about 60 seconds later, another save for Vitazzoni. He was also really good in front of goal, just that one got snuck past him.
Yeah, and that's Vitazzoni has done very well, but when Dos Santos had that opportunity, the way he just snuck that in.
The number 4 seed leads it 1-0. We're going to take another break here at the National Championship in Columbia County, Georgia. Back here at the half, Missouri Valley leading Oklahoma Wesleyan 1-0. Alex Gould, Steve DeCou, and our terrific crew. We're going to take a look at the halftime stats, look at this team comparison a little bit. Obviously, Dos Santos with the goal, but you take a look. I mean, 6 shots on goal for Missouri Valley, 13 shots in the match. That's the difference, putting a little bit more pressure on the back 4 of Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Yeah, based on the stats coming in, you would have thought it would have been flipped, and Oklahoma Wesleyan would have been the team creating more chances. But so that's what Jamie Peterson's got to do this next half, is just create more chances and limit what Missouri Valley is able to do.
Kenan Dos Santos, we keep mentioning it, number 17, his 17th goal of the season. We're going to step aside here again at Blanchard Woods Park, about 5 minutes till the second half kicks off of the NAIA National Championship. About 90 seconds until the second half kicks off here in Columbia County, Georgia. Will it take 45 minutes or will it take more? Oakwoo, they're looking for that equalizing goal. But for Missouri Valley, they need to hold on for 45 more minutes. Let's take a look at your second half keys. What do both teams need to do?
If you're Missouri Valley, defensive organization, you've got to keep things tight. Don't give Oklahoma Wesleyan time and space to play. And for me, their other key is going to be set pieces. You're going to get opportunities there. Can you make the most of that? Now, if I'm Oklahoma Wesleyan, we said it earlier, we're not creating enough chances. If we got to score a goal, we're used to creating 20 a game. We've got to do better. And in order to do that, we've got to speed up. Tempo's got to be faster. We've got to move the ball quicker to be able to get in those spaces in and around Missouri and help us create better chances.
Missouri Valley, they just broke the huddle. Vladimir Simic tells us we're a family. That's what we are. That's what we always have been. That man number 10 who is inside the center circle, mid-pitch over there, that man number 8, these guys have been here before. They're trying to win their first ever national championship after missing out, or I should say losing, in 2017 to Wayland Baptist in extra time 1-0. Then they lost to their rival who they just beat in the semifinal. Got a little bit of a revenge tour on that one, but they lost to Central Methodist 4-3 on penalty kicks after the score was knotted up 2-2 after 110 minutes.
I'm Coach Simic, though. We're talking about what we need to do to get through these 45. You don't think about, that at the end of those 45, if we keep it as it is, we're winning our first national championship, we're doing what we want. But do your job. Just do your job, and if all of us do that, then we've got the best chance to be successful.
And for Oklahoma Wesleyan, this is their first ever appearance after just missing out on getting to the national championship in 2017. They could have faced Missouri Valley. They wound up losing also in that semifinal in 2017 to Wayland Baptist, who went on one of the best runs ever, Cinderella runs, if you will, back in 2017.
Yeah, that was the best Cinderella we've had in this that I can remember in quite a long time.
But the men starting out on the pitch here in the second half, very similar, if not identical, to the start of the match. A bump that time, Hashimoto commits the foul. And Paul Moore-Lorenz, he scored the first one in the semifinal against Columbia. And then Oakwoo, they did not look back.
Oklahoma Wesleyan comes back out in a 4-3-3, the way that they ended the game, and Missouri Valley stays in that 4-2-3-1, the way that they've been playing this whole game.
This is Luka Lukic, off the chest, right foot. Tries to make a move. It was stopped by Milosevic, and they will say he kept the ball in. Milosevic, who is a third-team All-Heart of America Conference selection. 50 saves this year. Then a .98 goals against average. For Missouri Valley, that goal they scored, that was their 70th goal of the season. Coming into this match, they were in the top 5 in goals scored at number 5.
goes down and he goes.
Nice give and go here between Luka Lukic and Paul Moore-Lorenz. Moore-Lorenz trying to get back to that left foot with a push and a foul.
Well done, well done, well done. Third.
A good start by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Starting to get a little more of the combination play. Starting to try to get, the Lukic with the shot earlier. Look like they've got a little more juice coming out this half than they did. But let's just see how Missouri Valley deals with that and what they're able to do. And that goes back to that key. Keep things tight defensively, be organized, and limit the opportunities.
Missouri Valley, who's outscored opponents 13-5 in this tournament. Paulo Alves. Well, it looked like they're going to call. They calling a flag or a foul, or are they putting the flag up for him being offside?
They were calling the handball on Alves.
There you go. Neither.
When the ball got played, off, it caught him in his arm.
That's Julio Bello. He's a senior, but Jamie Peterson was saying there's a really good chance he's going to be back in the fall. But Stefan Lukic, he's one of the only guys who is going to go professional, more than likely. Jamie Peterson said about 99% after this match, so he's trying to will the comeback in what could be potentially his final match of his career.
Yeah, for all the problems that COVID did offer, one of the benefits this year is for guys, technically this year doesn't count according with your eligibility, so somebody like Bello can come back and play a fifth year.
And that's the right move, correct?
Exactly. I would have loved to have been able to go back and play 5 years. But for somebody like Lukic who has a potential to play professionally, go on and take care of yourself with that.
Another diving stop that time by number 1 in front of goal. What can number 8 do here?
They got to get him on the ball more. Missouri Valley's done a good job of taking him out of the play.
The flag is up. So an offside is the call on Markovic.
One of the shape changes, what they've done is gotten Stefan Lukic to drop into the midfield. But I think that's kind of hindered a bit of what Ferreira is capable of doing. And so if I'm Jamie, he's got to get on the ball more to get us going.
Hashimoto crosses it into the box. Glucevic off his chest, and he's going to play it back. Iakovu, he's also playing in his 3rd national championship. He was there in 2017 and 2018. The only other player alongside number 10 that has been to 3 national championships now. That's got to help having that experience.
That does. But he's in rarefied air to be in that many tournaments like that. Nice control there by Gadeo to knock the ball back to Vitazzoni.
For Missouri Valley back in 2018, they outshot Central Methodist 16-8. Tied 2-2. They just couldn't put a third in the back of the net. They had so many chances. But this could be a chance here for Oak Woo. Paul Moore-Lorenz left foot looking for the equalizer. Looked like he tried to play it back to his right, but couldn't. But now gets an interception here. Left foot cross. This is Crispin. Gadillo.
Relax.
Another whistle blown. This will be a free kick here on the near side for Oklahoma Wesleyan. That is Iakovu, the senior out of Manchester, England. So he got the start tonight after coming off the bench last match, but he has been such an integral part of this Missouri Valley team over the years. As I had mentioned, he's playing in his 3rd national championship. He started in the 2018 national championship game against Central Methodist. as you take a look at Vladimir Simic. I know he's pacing back and forth, of course, both coaches are, but he's got to be pleased with what he's seeing.
He is pleased,
Missouri Valley College.
but probably right now Coach Simic is a little bit concerned how the momentum is shifting a bit towards Oklahoma Wesleyan. So he's wanting his guys to get back on the ball. Well, first deal with this free kick.
Stefic, left foot, looking for the equalizer. Left foot rocket, it's deflected. Now a potential counter opportunity here. Alves trying to track it down. But a nice job and a closeout by Stefic.
Going back to that point, if you're Coach Simic, can you get on the ball more? Can we make Oklahoma Wesleyan have to defend? Because I felt that's what the Vikings did very well that first half and limited the opportunities that Oklahoma Wesleyan had.
That was another whistle blown as Stefic hit the deck again. He was a first team All KCAC back in 2019.
Yep. They can play the ball.
But Oklahoma Wesleyan is a team who's been shut out now. Dos Santos plays it out wide. They are first in the country in goals with 109. It's just amazing. That was a sub who checked in. Want to get to him. That's Milos Grahovac, the junior out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Good tackle that time. Kobanovic. But listen, 37 minutes still left in this match. I know it sneaks up on you, but still plenty of time.
Still plenty of time, and that's what you've got to make sure that your boys understand, is that there needs to be a bit of a sense of urgency. There are 36 minutes left in the season, but there's still plenty of time to create a lot of chances.
I think Vladimir Simic will tell you there's too much time. As Missouri Valley looking for their second left foot cross. Nice job by Vitazzoni again. That's big credit to Missouri Valley. It's just tough to sneak one past him.
Left shoulder, Luca.
Oklahoma Wesleyan, I mentioned earlier, but they had the best record in the country in 2017. They were the #1 overall seed, and they thought maybe that was the year. But Wayland Baptist, they had other plans. They had other plans for everyone in that tournament. But they got back to the semifinal here for only the second time in school history this year. And now the first ever national championship final appearance.
It's a learning process. Oklahoma Wesleyan's been fortunate that they've been able to get back to multiple tournaments like this. I mean, some of the guys, we talk about the guys from Missouri Valley who've been to 3 finals. That's rare. A lot of teams, you know, the Wayland Baptist with that Cinderella, you're happy to get to 1 tournament. And so that talks about the ability of the coaching staff, the way they're able to recruit, the programs themselves, and just the excellence that both of these groups bring to the table.
And also, too, for Oklahoma Wesleyan, we have to mention, they're playing without one of their stars. He had the most goals in the country with 33 in Stefan Svetanovic. I mean, he is an animal on the pitch. Tore his ACL, was not able to play in this tournament.
Yeah, so Stefan, you know, we want to wish him a speedy recovery. Hope he gets back soon. But, yeah, it just shows the depth that they have in that squad and the ability that they're able to not really miss a beat. I mean, if he's out here, is it a different story? We don't know. But that's sport, and you got to deal with your injuries. Right back there's one piece. If I'm Coach Peterson, do I maybe want to get Stefan Lukic further up the field? Do you want 26 assists coming to receive the ball off the back four, or do we want him further up the field to create those offensive opportunities? So that might be a change. If it was me, I'd be asking him to get up further and let Mateus Ferreira get on the ball. Ferreira's shown what he's capable of. Get Stefan where he's going to be most helpful to the group. But then again, I'm here commentating with you and not coaching, so.
We got a pretty good seat in the house, though, I'll tell you.
We got the best seat, yeah.
Can you believe they pay us to do this? I mean, it's just been so fun watching these young men compete.
And it has been a great tournament. A lot of goals scored, great games. So hats off to everybody in the tournament committee and the local organizers for what they've done.
Well, that was deflected. It's going to be a throw-in on the attacking third for Oklahoma Wesleyan. There's two subs. They're waiting to check in for Missouri Valley. Stefic. Merlorenz. Left foot cross. Still looking for the equalizer. Cleared for now. Ferreira is going to punch one in, but the flag is up. Flag is up. Offside is the call. That flag went up right away on Luka Lukic. The only losses this year for Oklahoma Wesleyan, they only have 2 of them against LSU Shreveport. A little bit of an upset there. But they lost 3-2 in 2 extra time periods. About 2 minutes before that match ended in a 2-2 draw. They lost 3-2 to the #1 team in the country coming into this tournament in Central Methodist, who of course just lost to Missouri Valley. But since that loss to Central Methodist, talk about kicking it into another gear. Oklahoma Wesleyan, they've won 8 straight, outscoring opponents 27-5.
That's a way to respond from a loss. They've done quite well. The other thing with both these teams, you got to think about it. They've played in the fall and in the spring. So this has been year-round soccer for them. And so these guys have been through a lot of training sessions, a lot of games, and been able to handle everything that basically 2020 threw at us.
So that one was deflected. It's going to be a corner on the far side for Missouri Valley as 2 subs check in. Jimenez is coming back in, as well as Alexander Truich. But Glucevic, he's going to take the corner on the far side. And I imagine number 8, he's only going to be sitting for a couple of minutes here.
Yeah, not too long. Give him a little break, let him come back in and close this thing out.
Glucevic, second in the nation in assists with 14 off the head. Fidesoni bobbled it. Nothing called. Was waiting to see if the ball maybe crossed the line, but nothing was called there. Oh my, that would have been a big one for Missouri Valley.
That would have been, yeah.
Now Stefan Lukic, counterattack. Burst through 2 defenders. Still has it at his feet, but finally dispossessed. Take a look at this again.
Took his eye off the ball there for a moment. Almost looked like the Atlanta United goalkeeper yesterday. Brad Gazan almost had the same thing happen. So it happens at the MLS level as well as here at the collegiate level.
So Fidesoni playing in his first ever national championship, as are all these guys. Breathes a little bit of a sigh of relief there. I mean, listen, he has been so good in front of goal. But that's one of those, right? He's got to put it behind him. You know, he made a little bit of a mistake, but it was not called. There is no goal there. Got to brush it off the shoulders a little bit, right?
Exactly. We call that the instant amnesia. You've got to forget about it. We'll talk about it in the film session after the game.
Well, there is Jamie Peterson looking for win number 200 in his career, in his 11 seasons at Oklahoma Wesleyan. How sweet would 200 be if they can get an equalizer and then tack on another? This could be an opportunity. Ferreira right foot. Right foot just over the crossbar.
Great opportunity by Ferreira. Gets played in behind. He's wishing he could have that one back.
As Ferreira went down to his knees, looked up at the sky there, understanding that was a big moment. He just sailed it over the crossbar, Steve.
What a chance. Well, let's see what, is this now momentum shifting towards Oklahoma Wesleyan, or is Missouri Valley going to be able to get on the ball and dictate a little more of the tempo?
And you could see in that replay that Milicevic, he came off of his line there, came outside the 6. So that was pretty much a wide open net if Ferreira could connect. As you get a foul here on Lukic. Take a look at another angle of this one.
Oh, just got under it.
Well, to give you an idea right now, 28 minutes left here in the national championship final. Oklahoma Wesleyan, they've only been shut out one time this season. And again, there is still plenty of time here for them to put one in the back of the net. But for every minute that goes by, heart starts to beat a little bit faster. Glucevic will take it with the left foot, looking for number 2 here is Missouri Valley. So Oklahoma Wesleyan, they defeated Lincoln College 2-0 in the opening round, and then Briarcliff in the second round 4-0. Beat St. Thomas 2-1, then Columbia 3-0. Right now they trail the number 4 team in the country, the number 4 seed. As that one went out of touch. Be a throw in here on the far side. Actually, you may get a foul call instead. This could be a free kick here.
Yeah, and that when the defender got into Stefan Lukic's back, referee thought it was a little bit too much of a push, and so we've got a free kick from the wide position.
Ogden Stefic gonna take it.
Can you find Gadeo in that 6'4" frame? Can he get on the end of something like this?
Left foot lofted, punched out. And now the flag is up. You're going to get a foul call.
That's what you want out of your goalkeeper in that situation. Milosevic, bravery comes out there, risking getting run over by somebody just to punch the ball away.
Boy, he's been good. He has been good. He's been so fun to watch. You talk about ice in your veins. I mean, as a keeper, all eyes are on you during PKs. All eyes are on you. And what a lot of coaches ask for, I want you to talk about it, but you ask the keeper to get you 2 big stops, correct?
Yeah, you want 1 or 2 big stops, but really the pressure's on the shooter. And so if your keeper can get you 1 or 2 stops, he's done his job. And ice in veins, a little bit crazy.
As Ferreira has it here. Plays it to Luka Lukic, right foot. Could get a right foot straight. Blast just over the crossbar yet again. How about that ball movement, though? As the 6'4" frame, you're talking about the header inside the box, but how about that right foot blast by Gadeo?
That would have been in top 10 for that one, but Oklahoma Wesleyan's creating a little more of the chances. They start to, there's 25 minutes left. They're starting to feel it. They're starting to put pressure on Missouri Valley's goal. So it's going to be up to Milosevic to show that ice in the veins and do his job.
Well, we're under 25 minutes here. Under 25 minutes left. This was not a great free kick that time, but a great slide tackle. Missouri Valley keeps the play alive. This is Truich. He's inside the 18. Left foot save by Vittazzoni. The sophomore out of Italy comes through again for Oklahoma Wesleyan. And now you got to be careful if you're Missouri Valley of that counterattack. Hashimoto going to play it out wide to Alves. Grahovac, left foot. I mean, both these schools playing 3 matches, about 5 days here. Foot race. We'll see, it's going to be a throw in here right by that corner flag on the far side. You can just see Ferreira there in that shot. Great shot. You can just see all these guys huffing and puffing. They're just giving everything here.
You're playing for a trophy. There's no tomorrow when it comes to this. And like you said, 3 games, 5 days.
Short throw-in. Stefan Lukic. Just feels like he's waiting to set something up here. Can Palmer Lorenz keep it in? He can. Good hustle by number 21. Plays it to his right foot. It's crossed, but over everyone's head. The flag goes up. Can I get an offside call here? Jimenez tried to play it to Truich there, but he snuck past the line. Was offside. Foul going to be called here. Doesn't it feel like Hashimoto, he just gets his foot on everything?
He is tonight. Yeah, and it very reminiscent to the game with Kaiser in that he was much more of a threat, whereas I think the game against Central Methodist, he had to focus on his defending with all the set pieces. So he's done a great job tonight and has been one of the impact players for Missouri Valley.
Right foot blast, Vittazzoni yet again. That was taken by Kobanovic that time. I know we're not there yet, but at what point, if you're Jamie Peterson and company, are you pushing a lot more guys forward?
So we're at about 21 minutes left in the game. Probably in about another 5 to 10 minutes, you adjust your shape. Will he go back to a 3-4-3, high press, really try to force the issue? Or is he confident in that they're creating enough chances right now? So in the next 5-10 minutes, we'll see what he's going to do.
Ferreira. Now Gadillo. Stevic. Back heel, beautiful. Palmer Lorenz, who scored the first against Columbia. It was the game winner. Again, the team in purple and orange just clearing everything. Alves here on the counter for Missouri Valley. And you'll get a foul on number 17. So it'll be a free kick here for Oklahoma Wesleyan. My question to you is, and are the Eagles creating enough chances?
They've had 10 chances this game. The second half, yes, they are.
As Luka Lukic was trying to create an opportunity.
And it's going to be in these type of moments. Off the set pieces, in transition with the shot. When they win the ball, can they get the shot they need?
So a foul was called here, just outside the box over on that far side. It was interesting because the ref waving the flag over there was pointing one direction, and then I think the head official was the one who called a foul. Maybe he played advantage a little bit and called it late.
Not sure, but yeah, there was a miscommunication between the two.
Matea, second. You got this. I there.
Stefan Lukic, he needs one more assist to break the all-time record set back in 1996. But he didn't care about all that. He wants the assist or a goal here to equalize things at one. Clock stopped just under 20 minutes. It's the head official, and Nikola Alexic is talking to the guys. Left foot cross into the box, off the head, saved by Milosevic. Now Gadillo with the header try. Left foot try, pings it off the post. Oh my goodness. I don't know how the Cat saved that.
What a sequence there. The initial save, the rebound, the shot that was deflected. You just ask, are Oklahoma Wesleyan creating enough chances? I'd say yes at this point. They just got to finish it.
Sometimes you just run into a brick wall back there. Oh my goodness. That was a Feu Bertini. Remember the back line who got ahead on that one. I don't know how Dusan Milosevic saw that coming. Happened so quickly. You get a little bit of jawing back and forth here. Been a pretty clean game for the most part, but both schools understanding that we are under 19 minutes left in this second half. And that's going to be the first card given of the match. And it's going to go on Julio Bello, the senior out of Brazil.
Oklahoma Wesleyan. Victor Crispin.
The tournament started with 40. We're down to 2, and we're down to 19 minutes. I don't know about you, but my heart's beating pretty good. You're calm, cool, and collected.
Because I've done this almost 350 times. But yeah, no, no, I'm calm, cool, and collected because I'm up here standing next to you. If I'm down there, my heart is just about to explode. Because in one way, you're 19 minutes from winning your first national championship, or you're 19 minutes away from, heartbreak.
Crispin could not connect with Ferreira that time. Alves hit the deck, no call. Now Crispin plays it to Luka Lukic in the middle. They've done a nice job of shutting down number 11, who has scored in every single tournament match so far in his freshman campaign. As Ferreira plays it quickly. Stefan Lukic has a man to his right. He's going to play it out wide. Crossed low into the box, and it went out. So that is going to be a corner on the far side.
Another opportunity for Oklahoma Wesleyan here. If there's a time that you've got a special set play, a special corner kick, this might be the time to pull it out.
Ognjenovic. Yet again, a little bit of chippiness inside the 18. You think both teams are talking about where they're going out to dinner afterward?
I don't think so, but that was Bello again, so already on a yellow. You got to be careful there.
Stefich yet again. Lofted into the air, trying to find a teammate. And again, that went off the head of Luka Lukic over the crossbar.
The opportunities are there. Now we've just got to finish.
Those corners by Stefich, he's putting some good balls in to the 18.
He has. But Missouri Valley's doing a good job, though, defensively in that they're getting into the attack. Look at all the headers, though. They're going high and over. See how Lukic is having to jump over people. Guys are backing into him because as somebody jumps, you kind of lean into him a bit, and then that forces them to kind of lean back, and then typically then the header goes over.
Kenan Dos Santos, he's looking to check in here. Missouri Valley looking for their insurance second goal, not going to get it on that opportunity.
If you're Mo Valley at this point, 16:40 left in the game, can you get the ball in your attacking half and start to keep it? Play a little keep away. A second goal would be great, but if you've noticed the last couple attacks, the ball's just going out of bounds. It's a turnover, and then you're transitioning. Then you got to get back and defend. You rest when you're in possession. So can you keep the ball in the attacking half?
Ferreira tried to find Luka Lukic. Ferreira visibly frustrated out on the pitch is number 8. Dusan Milosevic, just a sophomore. He did not play. He was not the keeper in those 2 national championship appearances, playing in his first one ever. And boy, has he been spectacular.
Around.
That one went off of Hashimoto. See, Oku trying to play everything quickly here. Miscommunication that time, and it'll be a goal kick. As there is a man down on the pitch, I believe we're going to get a stoppage here. Man is down for Missouri Valley. I think it's Kobanovic. Oklahoma Wesleyan their bench, just trying to fire up the men on the pitch. Understanding that 15 and change to go in the national championship in their first ever appearance. It's getting close to now or never. As Kobanovic, the freshman, out of Belgrade, Serbia. Substitution here for Oklahoma Wesleyan. That's Kevin Petcher-Michael, who checks in. He comes in for Palmer Lorenz. Kevin, freshman winger out of the Czech Republic. He came off the bench in the quarterfinal and scored his first ever collegiate goal. He was just brought up from the JV squad about 8 or 9 matches ago. That's amazing.
Nice to have that at your disposal to bring up somebody like that.
And he scores his first ever collegiate goal in a quarterfinal match to get Oklahoma Wesleyan back to the semifinal. It was the game winner against St. Thomas for the second time in school history.
That must be one great JV program.
Flag goes up. Offside the call. Under 15 minutes left. Now it really is. There's a lot of Missouri Valley Vikings fans who are just watching the clock at this point.
Not going to be a lot of fingernails left in the Missouri Valley fans.
All right, OG, let him go. Let's go, big.
Make it a handball here. Yeah, handball the call. Is this the set piece? Vladimir Simic, who has the mask on, so that prevents him from biting the fingernails a little bit. But man, you know he's itching for number 1 in his 3rd finals appearance. Left foot liner. Nice clearance again, and now a really good counter opportunity. Flag stays down. Dos Santos, who scored the first, trying to score a second. A stop by Vitazzoni. And I believe a penalty was just called.
Yeah, Vitazzoni caught Dos Santos on the ankle when he pushed the ball by him.
Dos Santos with the blazing speed. He just checked back into the match. And a penalty is awarded by the head official, Nikola Aleksic. Take a look at it again.
Yeah, caught him on the ankle. That's what you want if you're Missouri Valley. That counterattack, your best attacker probably in the tournament, gives you an opportunity to put it up 2-0.
Well, after the keeper and Vitazzoni, who's been so good, now they're asking him to make a stop against Luka Glucevic, playing in his final season. Could be his final match of his career, in his 3rd championship, trying to give Missouri Valley their insurance goal. Glucevic, it is saved by Vitazzoni! Oh, what a save by the sophomore out of Italy after committing the penalty. Now trying to lead the counterattack. This one's played over to Luka Lukic. Stevic trying to keep it alive. Stayed in play. Alex Vitazzoni. I know they're down 1-0, Steve, but that is the save of his life.
It's a statement. I don't know the rest of it, of his life, but I'll go with it's a save of this tournament, and probably the save of his life, yes. But that's the way, if you're going to make the mistake, way to help your team.
As now we're going to get a foul called and a yellow card. Believe that's going on Gianmarco Donini. Take a look at this one again. Now we're going to go back to that penalty. Here's the save by Vitazzoni.
A little hesitation. Well done, Vitazzoni. Here we go again. Not the best, not the most, the best well-struck pen.
It almost looked like Glucevic hit the ground before he hit the ball. But here we go. How about this? About a couple of feet outside the box here.
Yeah, we're about 22, 23 yards out, middle of the goal. Get your best free kick taker on it, and he can go either direction from here.
Well, Gadillo's in there, Giulio Bello, as well as one of the best players in the history of the NAIA, and Stefan Lukic. As Missouri Valley, the family that they are, joined at the arms here. A 4-man wall is created just outside the 6. 12:35 on the clock. Can Oklahoma Wesleyan get the equalizer here? Lukic. That went off of the wall. He drilled it right into that 4-man wall, but he does force a corner over on that far side.
Great job by the wall doing their job. Give up your body.
Well, we've seen number 4, Arjun Stevic. He's taken a lot of corners here in this second half. Relentless pressure. He's going to play it to Crispin. Crispin, right foot for the equalizer. Too much off the right foot of number 7.
Well constructed. Everything worked. Save for that final ball.
They played it short this time, Steve. So Missouri Valley, they stand again, just trying to hold on here. This feels similar, actually, as a foul's called there. This feels similar to that matchup against Kaiser, when really Kaiser in that quarterfinal as the 5 seed, that 4-5 matchup against Missouri Valley, they were just trying to survive.
Exactly.
They were begging for a 2-1 victory, but they could not, as Dos Santos scored, of course, in the 88th minute. And the rest is history. Now Missouri Valley trying to survive with 11 and change to go in their third finals appearance in 4 years.
But that game with Kaiser, it was middle of the day, 80 degrees, the heat and humidity. Whereas, you know, with Dos Santos getting that opportunity, there's still going to be some more chances like that.
Headed, Godillo was in there. It's still inside the box. Godillo right foot. He missed just wide.
They're creating chances.
The game for Oklahoma Wesleyan, number 21.
And we still have a little under 11 minutes. So if I'm Oklahoma Wesleyan, just keep doing what you're doing.
And in for Missouri Valley.
Listen, sometimes this sport, and a lot of times, and you know it pretty well, partner, it can be cruel. Creating this many chances, but just have not put one in the back of the net.
And that's the reason I'm here with you and not on the field, because of the cruelty of the sport. So, but we love it and hate it all in the same breath.
Ferreira goes down. Another set piece, another free kick opportunity here. Missouri Valley trying to survive for 10 more minutes. They have shut out the top goal-scoring team in the country for 80. Can they do it for 90 and another 10? Stevic gonna take it yet again here with that left foot. Plays it into the box, low liner. Crispin tried to keep it alive. Now Stevic trying to keep it alive. But Missouri Valley, they hold again. Hashimoto. Counterattack is on with Alves. All right, we're under 10 minutes. This is where, if you're Jamie Peterson and Oklahoma Wesleyan, when are you pushing everyone forward?
At this point, they're creating enough chances. Probably, though, in about 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to risk everything, because at this point, there's no tomorrow. You need the goal to equalize to get this thing to overtime. And so, but they've been doing a great job creating the chances as it is. So do you really change stuff, or do you maybe the last 5 minutes just throw caution to the wind and put your biggest players up front?
All right, flip side of things. Vladimir Simic, if you're him, when are you pushing everyone back and parking the bus?
About 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. That's when you're going into a low block. You're defending. You know, your back four is basically sitting on top of their 18. Everybody's within about 20 to 30 yards from there. And then you're just clearing every ball you can. Just knock it down the field. Try to possess if you can, but worst case, just put the ball away from danger and rest and put the pressure back on Oklahoma Wesleyan to create.
Changing the mojo a little bit is Jamie Peterson. Tejas Ferreira going to take it. He'll play it short. Stefan Lukic, one-on-one with his defender. Right foot cross, and that one went over everything. He was kicking the ground. I think that's one of those same things that we saw with Glucevic on that PK.
Yeah.
He struck the ground first.
It has been a little bit soft in that corner. Not that it should affect everything, but it is a little bit softer compared to the field. I mean, this field has held up well for the number of games it's had, but he's probably just replacing his divot since we are so close to Augusta National.
That's good.
Yeah, not bad for a rookie.
Head coaches have to have sense of humor, don't they?
Oh, we have to.
Because it's a cruel sport, right?
It is.
That's what Jamie Peterson's thinking right now. Vladimir Simic, he'll take it. They're up 1-0 because of the right foot of Dos Santos. Scored his 17th goal of the season in the 40th minute of the first half. That's it, folks. That has been the difference. Luka Lukic gets tripped.
But typically these finals are cagey affairs. They're not usually high-scoring contests. It's one goal is the difference. So if you're expecting to come in here and see a 6-2 game, that's not what's going to happen.
Each team has 17 shots. Ferreira, they're looking for 18. Back of the net, off the head. It is saved by the Cat and Dusan Milosevic. The 18th shot cannot go into the back of the net. That is save number 5 for number 1. Vitazzoni, well, all he's had to do, he's had to make 9 saves, including saving a PK. That really would have been the dagger for the Eagles. Alves still looking for number 2, Dos Santos. Dos Santos called for pulling on that jersey. So you said about 5 minutes if you're Missouri Valley to park the bus and put everyone back. Right now trying to play some defense in their attacking third.
And these are some of the activities you do in training leading up to the year. You'll have an offense, defense, you'll time it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where the defenders' jobs are just do not give up a goal.
Truich now. Vladimir Simic loves this. This is what you were talking about. Play keep away in your attacking third as Hashimoto tried to find Dos Santos. Cadillo just gets the foot on it. That could be a big play here. Counterattack on. Well, we are under 5 minutes. Is this match going to be decided in 90? Ferreira right foot. Tries to find Luka Lukic. It's stopped. And then it is saved by Dusan Milosevic. That deflected off a member of the back line for Missouri Valley. And the Vikings hold yet again. Take a look at this replay again. That clipped off of the left foot of Stevan Milosevic. Right foot opportunity! That is the insurance. Dos Santos with his second goal of the national championship, and Missouri Valley can smell it.
Missouri Valley College goal scored by number 8, the second of the game, Kaden Dos Santos.
Truitt to Alves, who crosses it in and sets up who else but their goal scorer and their MVP of this tournament.
And we just talk about the opportunity Oklahoma Wesleyan has on the other end. Missouri Valley counters, puts the ball on probably the most dangerous man on the field's foot. And now Missouri Valley's 3 minutes and 55 seconds away from their first national championship.
For Vladimir Simic, he has been so close. 2017, they lose to Wayland Baptist in extra time. 2018, they lose to their arch rival 4-3 in penalty kicks against Central Methodist. They beat Central Methodist on Saturday to get to this spot. The first team to beat Central Methodist since September 7th of 2019. A beautiful cross by Alves. And then Dos Santos, well, he does the rest.
That's what you want your great players to do. Great players make the most of great opportunities. And so now if you're Missouri Valley, try to keep the ball as much as you can. but just clear everything down the field, push that line up a little bit, and really force Oklahoma Wesleyan to have to work.
Oklahoma Wesleyan, I mentioned it earlier, they come in with the most goals in the country with 109. They have only been beaten twice. They've only been shut out once in the 2020-2021 season. Vladimir Simic's team has shut them out for 87-plus minutes in the national championship.
That's a final. Things don't always play out the way the stats you think it should. Milosevic has been outstanding. Probably the MVP of the game goes to Dos Santos for the 2 goals, but Milosevic with the saves he's had, with what he's done in the goal, has been just outstanding tonight.
Vladimir Simic kept telling us, he said, boy, it's going to be tough if we lose a third. But on the flip side, people kept telling him, but boy, it's going to be special if you get to a third and have the chance to win your first. Well, they're under 2 minutes away from doing just that.
And having been around Coach Simic this week, he's just been a picture of calm. Talking to him before the game, talking with him last night.
Glucevic wants a third. That's over the crossbar. So we are under 90 seconds left as a man is down on the pitch. Going to get a stoppage here.
But going back to that Coach Simic, he knows what to experience. He knows what to expect based on that experience. And he has just, from my vantage point, has just breathed confidence into his kids. And they are just showing it tonight. I mean, like you said, with the stats what Oklahoma Wesleyan has brought to the table, for what Missouri Valley's done,
Both coaches who were nervous but excited for this opportunity. Both of them talked about they had a great Mother's Day. Got a chance to talk about their moms, got a chance to talk about their wives. Both of them were shouting them out as Oklahoma Wesleyan. Can they get one here? Right foot, another save. Milosevic does it again. And we are under 60 seconds. His 7th save of the national championship final. They are getting ready to celebrate in Marshall. They're getting ready to celebrate over the seas. Not one of these players is from the States. This has been the story of the night.
Oh, the saves. What bravery. That's why I would never play back there with that. I never want to stick my nose in like that. But for what he's been able to do tonight, Milosevic has just been outstanding.
Missouri Valley Vikings are 40 seconds away.
Yellow card issued to number 17 for Missouri Valley, Paulo Alves.
You can see the keeper and Dusan Milosevic in his first ever national championship appearance in front of goal. He has been nothing short of spectacular. Is this the final stand? No, we're going to get a foul called. Well, the foul is going to go on Oklahoma Wesleyan. The clock is running. There's going to be a party in Marshall, Missouri tonight, and a party overseas.
And Coach Simic just got the bath.
For the first time in school history, the Missouri Valley Vikings have won the national championship.
Missouri Valley College.
A program who has been so close. a program who has been knocking on the door. The third time is the charm for Vladimir Simic. The team and the Vikings family, they've done it, Steve.
Congratulations. I mean, to have that disappointment that they've had the last couple of years, to be able to come out and win in the way that they did, I mean, hats off to Vladimir and the Missouri Valley program, but also to Jamie Peterson and Oklahoma Wesleyan. I mean, great season that they've had. One of the better finals I've ever seen.
For Luka Glucevic in his final season, in his third national title match, he gets a trophy.
Hats off to the kid. He's been a great leader. He's been a warrior out on the field, as well as an unbelievable player. So congratulations to him.
Peter Yakovu as well. Those are the two that have been to all three as they celebrate at mid-pitch. Well, someone had to win, someone had to lose. For Oklahoma Wesleyan, it's heartbreak. They left it all out on the pitch, Steve. I know it's crushing, but they gave everything they had.
It is, and you feel for kids like Stefan Lukic, who this could be probably his last game for them. But